This episode of Project Vibes is brought to you by Daxki.com.
I am a connoisseur of hentai. Like, I'm a fan of hentai. Fun fact, I don't know, people are gonna think that I'm wrong, but I prefer hentai to IRL porn. I don't know, I'm weird. That's just me.
Hi, it's Daxki once again. This is Project Vibes, and our guest for today is one of the OG, not safe for work actresses, Electrodolly.
Hi.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for having me. Seriously.
Yep. How are you today? What are you doing nowadays?
Hi. I am good. Um, again, other than being blazed, because again, you can assume that I'm blazed like 90% of the time. Um, I am a, well, I guess I should just, start from the beginning. My name is Dolly. Hello, hello. I am 30 years old. I'm a pansexual bimbo goth e-girl. I'm a professional VA of 10 years, and I'm very honored that you even called me OG. Like I don't consider myself that at all. I'm very humble, I guess, in that regard, but it made me happy. So thank you nonetheless. A wink. Yeah, but I again I was a VA for 10 years. I am a weed tuber, which again is just a VTuber who smokes a lot of weed, eh? So I'm a weed tuber, and I've been doing streaming on Twitch for roughly 2 years now. I'm very, very, very new to the game. And I love tentacles, sex toys, my kitties, my D&D and anime related husbandos and waifus. And of course, my wonderful and supportive IRL boyfriend. Thank you so much, darling, for supporting me. So, I know that's a lot, and I guess to answer your question is I've just been up to VTubing and voice acting stuff.
Wow, that's
No, sorry.
yeah, it's
It's a
pretty
lot.
it's pretty interesting. So you've been doing voice acting for 10
Yeah,
years, right? It's been a long
years
time
long.
since I met you on Newgrounds.
I know. Oh my god, you were one of the very first people, because do correct me if I'm wrong, but you're working with Vortex 00, right? And that's how I met you, I believe.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I remember I was looking for voice acting and I posted on the forum on
Yeah.
Newgrounds, and you were one of the first voice actress. Back then
Thank you for.
it was really hard to find a voice actress because nobody was actually doing it except from, uh Cax, CAXX
Mm,
was
mm.
her name, right? She was doing voice acting um for Zone, right? Zone
Yeah,
Animations.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I have
And
so many thoughts on.
yeah, she actually do the hit song, the what I like to watch the world to pop in
Yeah,
perfect harmony. I don't know if you remember that song.
I do. I
I,
do remember that song. I loved it.
yeah,
It's on you.
it was her. And other than her, I don't remember any voice actress that do the recordings for people.
I think oolay-tiger, I think, was around back then as well. I think she's been in the VA game for a long, long time.
Who was first, you or her?
Definitely her, I think, for
Oh,
sure.
okay. But
Like, oh, go ahead. Mhm.
yeah, I didn't know about her until like, you know, around 2015
Oh, I didn't know.
already. 15, yeah. I never
Dang.
found out about her.
So maybe we did it at the same time then.
You think so?
Well, maybe. Don't sure. migraine, especially a high one. But if he did happen to, I think that would be the coolest thing ever.
So,
But
yeah, have you talked to her? Have you been in
so
contact with her?
oh man, that's a whole nother can of worms that I'll definitely touch on. But like, I guess I'm very reserved when it comes to collaborations and like reaching out with my fellow VAs. I guess you can consider me like a very shy android in actuality. But I'm not alone because like I'm like again, my opinion, but I feel like a lot of VAs feel that way too, where they're just like either too scared to talk to someone or they think they're not good enough or just simply just like anxiety or real world stuff sometimes. So I can totally relate to that. So to answer your question, I haven't reached out or anything. I do follow her on social media though. I am a part of like Discord groups, um, where, let's see, AVA and Vocalist, those are the two main ones I'm a part of for like voice actors. And she frequents them and gives advice and everything. So, I feel like I could reach out if I was encouraged.
Yeah, she has she's she's doing streaming also lately.
Yeah,
Yeah, Taiga,
I
her
got talent.
yeah,
I love her motto. I leave them futurist and just her overall aesthetic. Very
yep,
amazing.
yep.
Um, but let's see. I guess just to give you a little more insight as far as like voice acting stuff. Again, as you know, I met you on Newgrounds. I got my start on Newgrounds. I had absolutely no experience, and I was just randomly asking people and just forums. And back then, I usually didn't ask for pay, or I didn't even know what like people would pay me. So like back then, I definitely probably asked for either too much sometimes or maybe too little sometimes. And but once I got experience, I started building up credibility. And once I, felt like I was good enough to I felt comfy enough to get like a rate sheet going and asking for more money, to become more experience. And I really like to thank all the people who gave me a chance. I would like to, like, specifically from Newgrounds, I would like to thank Vortex00 for giving me a chance and kickstarting my career. I'd like to thank D-Rock. I would like to thank you, of course. I would like to thank T-Footy, Cheap Ioni, and so many more people for just really just getting me a chance.
Yeah. So,
Hmm.
how's your voice acting going?
Yeah, so I'd say it's going pretty good. I guess with some projects, well, I guess I'm sort of constantly working on, or I'll work for certain people. I'll touch on that in a sec. But as far as like commissions, they're sort of on a hiatus. They're sort of closed just because I'm trying to focus so much on being like a VTuber. So, which that's that's more. I should elaborate more, but basically, um, oh my gosh, let me not get ahead of myself again. So sorry, editing. Dak. Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah. Don't worry about it.
Sorry, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. But oh my gosh. But yes, so my commissions are currently closed right now, but I will reopen them soon. I do a little voice work for select people. For example, I guess some of my ongoing projects, if you will. For example, I am the voice of Max the Elf, by T Hoodie. He is a popular artist who likes drawing very lewd and very cute elf boys, to say the least. And I've
Mhm.
done a few minor roles in his animations too, but he mainly has like a game, which I believe is also called Max the Elf. Um, but yeah, so I'm continually doing work for him because Max is like his main OC character. I feel honestly very proud and very lewd for being able to voice such a slutty elf boy. A Wait, oh my gosh. But yeah, so other than working for T Hoodie, I also was recently in the game called Flip Witch by Momo Studios, and again, Chipai Oni was the artist for that game, and I met him through Twitter, and I was just really, really, really happy that he gave me a chance to be in his game. And let's see. I'm also doing well. Again, sorry if I'm rambling, but I'm also working on a Dark Souls Not Safe for Work parody audio. So
Oh,
I don't know how you what are your first thoughts or reactions to that?
like you're some kind of a like out of place character, and like you got teleported in the Dark Souls universe of some sort.
Ooh, I like it.
That's what
Sounds
I'm
sus.
thinking right now.
Oh man. Yeah, I guess other than being high, you can assume that, my mind's kind of in the gutter too. So just assume that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like I will touch upon streaming soon, but like I did recently do like a Dark Souls themed subathon for Twitch, and part of the rewards was that I was going to make a not safe for work Dark Souls inspired audio. Have you played that game by chance?
I think it's too hard for me. I'm afraid to touch it actually.
No, no worries. And it is hard. Like at least, especially for me, I've died over like 100 times, and it doesn't bother me because I just play to have fun. And I'm
Yeah.
sure some people like it when I die or whatever, but I totally get where you're coming from. It is hard. Okay, I'm still in like the first. No, well, I'm still in like the first base area, but like I'm fighting my second fancy Dark Knight. Ooh,
Ooh.
I know. I love their
Yeah.
armor. I think it's so hot. I don't know why, but
Yeah,
Anyways, yeah.
yeah, for me actually the game itself is too hard, and I believe if
Mm,
I bought the game, I won't be spending time playing it because, I'm too busy with work, and
mm,
I think my money
I
would
like that.
would go in vain. So unless I have a lot of free time, then yeah, I'll definitely buy it so I can, maximize the
Mm,
the game experience. So
Dak, you're so
unless
efficient. I
yeah,
love
yeah,
it.
unless I really have the time to play, then I won't buy it for now, you know.
Do you have like a mountain of games that you just are dying to play one day?
Yeah,
Oh,
I have some games like the
no
let me
worries.
check. I'll be right back.
Yeah, take your time.
Let's see my library. Yeah, I have Command and Conquer here right
Ooh,
now, and there's also the hold on. Where's my Steam?
you're fine. Take
Yeah,
your time.
I'm looking at my yeah. There's the Starpoint Gemini Warriors also, and Witcher 3. Yeah,
I've never played the Witcher games before, so I find that pretty cool.
yeah. I sadly
Just
I really haven't started Witcher 3 actually. I just bought it
oh,
because it was on sale. So yeah, I was planning to play it, but I really had no time to play it. So yeah,
don't worry,
that's a
you'll
bit
get around
sad.
to it.
I mean,
I
I
believe in
spent
you.
money on it, and it's just sitting on my library. So
It's
yeah,
okay,
I don't
buddy.
want to make the same mistake with Dark Souls.
But game makes you just experience just all the emotions. Okay, it's
Yep.
just like every like anger, sadness.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
just
true.
joy. Mm. But I guess sort of to pivot back to voice acting for a second. I will say, yes, I would like to thank all those people and all my loodies who were there with me for the beginning. My community is quite small, but they've been with me a long time, and I'm just eternally, eternally grateful for their support.
Small but
Um,
solid, I guess.
yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Small, solid, and loot.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, so when you open your commissions, how often do you get them?
I mean, God, my commissions have been closed for I think like a year-ish now. Again, I only do like I like cherry pick the work that I want to do right now because again, I am trying to focus on streaming. But when I did have them open, I would get a lot of private commissions the most. Like, um, I would just get a lot of people who would want their 3-minute audios of, either a script that they had written or they just give me a scenario and let me freestyle. And if I had their permission, I would upload them to Newgrounds. And I've done quite a few collabs as well with other VAs and just thrown them on there too. I've been in a lot of comic dubs. But those are the main, like, private commissions are like the top commissions that I get. And then I do get a few, and I mean few, like it is very much here and there of like requests for like a game, or I'll usually just like either, I guess like if I see content on social media, and if it like really resonates with me, then I will just personally reach out and be like, hey, I'm electrodolly. This is what I do. I have X amount of experience. I'm interested in this. Can I voice this, or can we work on something? Most of the time, like I don't know about most of the time, but like I think more often than not, if I really like something, I'll just be like, "Hey, can I voice this for fun? You don't have to pay me," type of deal.
Oh,
So it happens.
yep.
Um,
That's
but
pretty.
yeah. Mhm. I'm
Yeah, go
sorry,
ahead.
I
Go
didn't
ahead.
hear you.
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. I just want to say that I did want to thank all those people, hee hee, and then so yes, I'm also a streamer, but as far as like Electrodolly, this model, this me, this was originally my voice acting mascot. Again, my username was Electrodolly, so I just called her Electrodolly, and I basically later turned her in to my VTubing persona.
Mm.
And I built lore and everything about it, but just know that it's important that this whole model was intended just to be like a voice actor mascot, like that's it.
Yeah, so
Um,
it's like uh marketing to promote your voice acting gigs, I guess.
yeah, yeah, I would just commission arts to go along with the audio, but it wouldn't always be of the scenario. It might just be like a sexy pinup of my voice acting OC per se. So that was
Mm.
the idea behind it, just to get like art going. But yeah, after I started on Newgrounds, I soon started a Patreon, and then I was really late to the game on Twitter because I was just, I guess, a hipster or something. And I
Mm-hmm.
was just like, oh, I don't want to join. But yeah, the rest is history regarding VA stuff. So yeah.
So how did you make this model?
Oh, I did not make my model. I did commission it. Oh my God, I'm blanking on the name now. I feel like I should know this. I will personally link you in the Discord chat when I have a moment to find it. But yeah, I had my model commissioned. I literally just showed her like the fan art of the voice acting model mascot that I had of Electro, and I was like, "Hey, can you please make this 3D? I'll pay you."
Wow.
And it worked out.
So it's
Fun
a
facts.
Vroid model, right?
Yeah, it's a Vtubing model. I was gonna say, fun fact, I usually only stream from like the waist up because from the waist down, it's just like it's inappropriate. I can't stream. Like she's basically just wearing like lingerie, which here's another thing. Her outfit was inspired by, the Japanese fashion Gothic Lolita. That's why she has like a headdress, like a Gothic Lolita headdress.
Mm-hmm.
She has like the bra, and then below she has like it's not quite a tutu, but it's like a little fluffy something, and she's wearing like thigh highs and everything. So
Yeah.
and that was just the inspiration behind my mascot, Gothic Lolita style, but sexy.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I wanna know how did you end up going for a not safe for work voice actress?
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my. Okay, so it's a little embarrassing, but yeah, growing up, like and then just becoming an adult, you're exploring, I guess, kinks, you're exploring like porn, anime, hentai, whatever you want to like whatever it is, like I was just exploring. And then I am a connoisseur of hentai. Like I'm a fan of hentai. Um, fun fact, I don't know, people are gonna think that I'm wrong, but I prefer hentai to IRL porn. I don't know. I'm weird. That's just me.
Yeah.
I like this. Okay, it's perfect. Okay, but yeah, I just one day I was like, I could do that, and like again, really lame, but I would already have like I guess sort of a party trick where I would be like, "Hey guys," like again at a party with friends, I would be like, "Hey, give me a random word," and then maybe give me a word like banana, and I'd be like, "Oh, I can make that word sexy," and then just putting her again was so cringe.
Are
Which, by the
these
way, hello, I'm
girlfriends or with guy friends as well?
sorry. What was your question?
Is this with girlfriends or with guy friends
Oh,
as well?
it was Mm, it was mostly like a mix. Like again, I was just this is like a like strictly party trick thing. I would only do it if there was like, a good mix of people. But yeah, and then I would just say the word, but I would say it sexy, and I would just basically be like, "Oh, banana," or something like that, something cringier like that. Okay, and yeah, they would just all laugh, have a good time. But basically, I was just like, I think I could get paid for this. And I just sort of threw myself into the trenches, and Newgrounds was the only place that I knew that would maybe be a place for me to post content like that. And yeah, like I said, that's how I got there.
Wow. So
I know,
yeah, yeah.
it's weird.
So and I'm interested, since
Hmm.
you mentioned your younger years. Let's talk about your childhood. How what was it like?
Wait, my childhood. Oh, I don't know if I want to.
What were you interested? What's your family
I
background?
I don't know how much I want to reveal to the world. I'm gonna be completely honest with
Yeah,
you. I
you can
prefer.
just summarize it.
Oh, I swear. I like, oh my gosh, I really kind of want to avoid questions like that. This sort of preserves some form of anonymity. I cannot say that word, but like,
Ah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
so
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
I
I
don't
understand.
like to talk about girl stuff.
So yeah, yeah, so you wanna talk about it
Mhm.
just a little, or we can skip it?
Again, I wouldn't even know really what to say. Hmm, like. I guess I could say I think I grew up normally. Yet I don't want to say like location or anything, but I would say that I grew up pretty normally. I just yeah, so I think I've just always been like I guess a sexual person. Like I'm very in tune with my sexuality. I know all the kinks, I know all the tags that, I personally like. I'm not afraid to explore, but I'm not afraid to also like enforce my limits and like stay safe. Like I'm a very big sex like pro sex worker, pro sex advocate. You should, love your body. You should, do whatever the fuck you want to do. So I'm very much pro that as a person. And I guess hopefully that was enough. I don't know. I'm not
Uh,
sure what
I
else to
mean,
say.
I was wondering how young were you watching hentai?
Oh my god, I don't even like remember quite the age. Like again, like oh, I don't know. I think I would honestly have to think on that because I'm not like I have a vague idea, but I'm just like I'm not quite sure, and I don't want to like say anything if I don't know it for sure. But yeah, I'll get back to you, I guess. I'm annoyed.
About this, how did you find out about hentai?
I think on the internet, because everyone else, those are the days, right? Of like
Yeah.
fucking MySpace, and again, Newgrounds, like that's ancient history too.
So
So,
so nobody showed it to you?
so like I don't think anyone like
Like you
went
just
and showed
stumbled it
it.
on your own?
Yeah, I think if like I think it definitely went that way. Again, my mind is fuzzy on like specifics, but I'm pretty sure that I discovered it on my own.
Yeah, just surfing the internet, 4chan, something like that.
I'm not sure with those. I've honestly never been on 4chan, to be real with you.
Oh, okay.
I basically like it just I don't know why. It was just like I was more the guy online type of person. Those were the days.
Mm, just curious, huh? Like a
Yeah, pretty
curious
much.
cat.
I'm like, I mean, it makes sense, right? Like, you already like anime, and then what if you think or find something that you think is anime, and then you're just like, oh, wait, this is different anime, you know? So,
So
I'm pretty something like that. Okay.
how did you took it?
Oh man. Um, and like another thing, I think again, I'm ancient, you guys. I'm
Like
30. I'm super
no,
ancient,
I mean
and
like
like,
the first time you saw hentai, how did you took it? How did you react to it?
I mean, again, I don't really remember for sure, but like, I was horrified or anything. I think I was just like, oh, this is neat. Like, yeah, another thing, like, I feel like, again, I feel like just growing up, I loved anime so much. Like, God, I feel like anime, I'm not sure which one, but I think anime was definitely like my sexual awakening growing up, for sure.
Oh yeah, so that's like a gateway, right?
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like again, I'm old. These were the times, but like I think I remember seeing yaoi first. Okay, as opposed to like just hentai first. Like it's just
Oh.
oh man, those were the days. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I remember the older anime have a lot of fan service to them, like
Yeah.
Evangelion and Zenki and Soul Eater. I think is is that what I recall it? Soul Eater. Yeah, those
Yeah,
animes
so
have a lot of sexual tension in them. So yeah, that made sense, I
you
guess.
get it.
I don't know if you watched those shows. What anime did you watch?
Oh my god. So I'm gonna be real with you. I was one of those, I guess, people that would go to like a bookstore and like stand in the manga section and like just fucking read the manga, like standing there. And
Oh,
I would go to the library, read manga through, and oh my god, like yeah, I was just one of those people, and like I basically was so like, oh, this is so cool. Like I basically read anything I could get my hands on. So back in the day, I wasn't really picky about what I watched, but my big ones that I really enjoyed was Yu Yu Hakusho, Shaman King, Naruto. Yes, I know, so cringe, but again, I was younger then, so I liked it. Naruto, I was a fan of Sailor Moon, um, but One Piece was also a really big one for me.
mm. Yeah. So let's get back to voice act.
Yeah, I know. Give me with before we get there.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. We we
Do you want to
did
pivot
a
to
lot of
streamer stuff?
tangents. Uh, I wanna know your process with recording, not safe for work
Oh my god.
audio.
Yeah. So usually I'll ask for a brief, I'll get all of my information that I need for the character, for the scene, just whatever the client wants. I make sure I do my research. I'm not afraid to ask them questions. And I am a VA that will be like, hey, if something's not right, please let me know. Please just tell me. You're not going to hurt my feelings. And let's work and fix it. Basically, like, let's work on it. Let's fix it. Let's get it right. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I really do like to just get it right, hopefully, and it's never trouble if I have to redo it or anything. But my process. So again, as I said, I'll get my information and then I will open up Audacity. I know some people like to use Reaper too, but Audacity is just really Audacity. And yeah, I'll just, load up a blank track. I'll have my Blue Yeti microphone with me here, and I will literally just take a deep breath. I'll let it, I'll let it play, see what picks up any static in the room that I can clear out later. Noise reduction is a lifesaver. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, so I'll let it play, and then I'll take a deep breath, and I will just go. Like, I'll just try. I'm not really a person that warms up, which I probably should be. But I don't really warm up. I just sort of dive in, and I guess as a VA, I do have like certain trigger words that will, like, I guess like if I say a certain word, it will sort of like help me either go higher pitch or lower pitch. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but it works for me as a VA. That's just a little trait that I share with like my voice acting friends. I just always had like kind of a trigger word, and then that's the kind of voice I could slip into. So I'll record and then I'll go through. Oh my god, I'm getting ahead of myself, but like, disclaimer again, this was very cringe, but I'm a voice actor who has to hear, I guess, a bit of a feedback for her voice. Like when I record, like I always have to like I can't use big headphones to cover my ears. I have to use like little earbuds when I record, because when I'm talking, it's much easier for me to control my voice if I can sort of hear it. So I know I'm explaining a lot of things here, but yeah, it helps me to still hear my voice when I'm recording. So I'll record, and a lot of people don't like the sound of their voice, and I'm included. I will literally at the end of my take, I'll make a little noise like that, like that. What is this? Because I'm so embarrassed at me chanting and like hearing my own voice. And yes, I edit them out of every single recording that I do. I do a lot of editing too. So that's my process. Basically, I'll do noise reduction, I'll go through, edit what I need to do. I'll send the audio of my best takes in whatever format that they want. And the rest is history.
Like how many takes it usually gets you done?
What do you mean? Like how long it takes or something? Or
I mean, when you're recording, how many takes it usually takes?
oh, it definitely depends on the project and the scope of work and everything, but I usually get, well, I usually do minimum 3 takes, but I would say that most of the time I do get it within those 3 takes. But there have definitely been projects where it's taken so long, or I just will hear my whole voice and I'm just like, oh, this doesn't sound great. I
You're
can't
not
send
happy
this.
with the recording?
Yeah, basically. I'm pretty hypercritical of myself. I will be transparent about that. But I feel like a lot of people struggle with it. Yeah.
So you actually think about the character you're in, and you're actually uh thinking about yourself as the character. Do you do that?
I do. At least again, that's pretty much the part where I'm like asking all the questions. I'm just like, tell me more about this character. What's their motivation? How would they feel if, this person did that or something, like I just get all my questions out from the get-go. And yeah, I just try and be that character for the client,
Nice,
basically.
nice.
Mind you, it doesn't always work, but I do try. I do try.
So do
So
you
yeah.
have any funny experiences with recording that you want to
Oh gosh.
reveal to us?
Like, I guess the whole secret of me like literally vomiting as I record, it's true. Like I literally will just edit them all out, the little web. I'm just so embarrassed. But um I don't know what else. Like mind you, I'm not a sound engineer. Like all of the audio cleanup that I do is very, very, very basic. I think it'd be cool if I could learn a bit more. Because again, if you teach yourself something, you can one teach other people, and it will just elevate your audio, your content.
So
So
I mean,
mhm.
the recording stuff. what I meant with funny is how lewd is it for private commissions? How lewd do you go?
I okay, so like I don't know quite what you mean. Like of course, like on my rate sheet there is a like list of things that I will do, that I won't do. I would say that my specialty is moaning. Like moaning is my specialty. I love just moaning really unadulterated.
Uh,
I liked like seeing how anime I can make it, you know, how hentai I can make it, how sultry I can make it, you know. So it in that sense I like a bit of a challenge that way.
mm-hmm.
But I don't know, like like I will not do like again like my hard limits are like well that's another thing I don't really want to say that for YouTube, but just know that there are hard limits. So like, you know, again, I don't want to get you censored on YouTube or anything, but just know your typical, not hardcore stuff, you know, I'll do, but we don't want to hurt anyone or make anyone feel unsafe. So I won't do that stuff. If that makes sense.
Yep, yep. I understand.
No growth either, but I suppose that's open to interpretation.
Yeah, it really depends on the person, The
But
everyone
do
has a
know,
different
mm,
level of
yeah.
icky, right?
And that's another thing, like, do know I don't judge anyone. I don't judge clients. I don't judge, you know, my looties. I don't judge any fellow hentai people. You know, like it's never judge. It's a kink, it's a fantasy. You know, it's not real. You know, like duh, there are kinks that you could do in real life, but it's just like, you know, I'm not gonna judge you. Like, if someone email, you know, like, you know, let's really, you know, I'm into this. Would you be open to doing, you know, a commission regarding this? And if I do, if I can, I'll be like, yeah, sure, no problem. But if I don't, I'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, that's a hard limit for me. I can't do that. Maybe we can reframe it this way, or I'm just like, you know, sorry about the view for you. Thanks for reaching out to me,
Oh,
though. You
okay.
know, it's never an issue.
Yeah, yeah.
For
Yeah, so let's I guess we covered a lot for voice acting. Let's
sure.
talk about streaming now.
Yo, no problems, your stuff. Um, so I started something in 2022. I've only been streaming for roughly 2 years now, so again, very, very new to the game. Again, as I mentioned earlier, I am a VA who I guess pivoted to VTubing, pivoted to streaming. Um, you know, I brought my mascot Nader into a VTuber, and during that time, I did it just because a lot of other VAs were becoming VTubers, and I was just like, oh, this is perfect for me. You know, I don't want to show like IRL me, like I want to kind of keep my private life private, but I still want to be an entertainer. So I really sound like the VTubing format really fit me well and it helped me. And I sort of went for it because other VAs are doing it.
So you really
Also, I'm gonna
how is it? Do you like it? Do you like streaming?
oh my gosh, I love streaming just because I can make all my ladies happy. Every stream, I strive to entertain them. I strive to encourage them. I just let them know that they can get through the week. Okay, it's gonna be okay. They're not allowed to call me cute, Philip. What is like a weird streamer rule that I have? They're just not allowed to call me cute, and they can stay mad at it. You know, they can stay mad at it slowly. And I always strive to have like good vibes and just a positive attitude. And again, I am a VTuber, so it's always gonna be chill for me here.
Yeah, it's almost impossible to get upset when you're doing weed.
So like that's another thing. First I was just like, oh, I'm gonna just be like a say so VTuber, like not a lewd VTuber, like just a VTuber, you know? And then like not even weed related, I think is the point I'm trying to say. And then like all of a sudden on Twitter I discovered the hashtag weedtuber and I was like, wait, what is this? What? What? Are you telling me that you could smoke weed and be a streamer at the same time? It was just perfect for me. So once I found that hashtag, I was just like, yeah, no, I'm a Vtuber now,
Wow.
not a VTuber.
Yeah, good.
So
That's good for you. Perfect.
yeah, I would oh well. Um and I will say I would like to thank Halloween 4545 for being a huge streamer mentor to me, and I would also like to thank Klaika for being also a streamer senpai to me as well. Yeah, I just wanted to say shout out to those people.
Oh, so
But
they actually showed you the ropes.
yeah, so like we're friends, okay? Like we talk in the Discord server. I'm part of the voice chat and the community and everything from time to time. I'll pop in, I'll be like, hey, sometimes what's up? And I have streamed with Halloween 4545 before, and he was like he still is like a YouTube person. He doesn't do a lot of Let's Plays too much now, but back in the day, he was like, again, I want to call him OG one Slayer. But yeah, we're just friends, I've been very fortunate and lucky enough to meet a lot of people through him. And again, like I said, he's been a fantastic mentor, and so is Klaika too. So those two people, really awesome.
Wow. So,
Yeah, I feel very
yeah.
lucky.
I wanna know about this Twitch partner thing. Are you a partner with
I am
Twitch?
not a Twitch partner yet. I'm just affiliate. I hope to get to a partner one day though.
So, as an affiliate, does it brings you money?
Yes, I do currently make a little money from Twitch right now because I am an affiliate. And more so, thank you to all my woodies who decide to support me. I also have a Patreon too, so I guess I do like VTubing right now, VTubing and voice acting full time. I don't have an IRL job anymore right now, so I do this full time, and
Oh, so
you can
you,
support me on my Patreon and Twitch. Uh-huh.
it covers all your bases then.
At least, well, no, no. So like, again, I'm like thinking on like how I'm gonna reframe this. It at least covers the current bills that I have so far.
Oh,
So at least for now, and again, I'm fortunate enough to not have too many bills right now because I do live with a significant other right now. So I do recognize my privilege. Not everyone gets to do that, but at least right now at the level that I'm at, yes, I do support myself and all my personal bills just through voice acting and VTubing.
I see. So
Yep, yep.
how does the affiliate thing make money? I don't really understand. It's like, does it like some ad thing? I believe that's how affiliates work, right?
I think you can make money from ad revenue, from people who want to throw bits at you or cheering, from people who just want to like tip you manually through Streamlabs or Stream Elements, whatever you want to use.
Oh,
And
okay.
just, again, like just I think those are the main things that you can do. And but like at first when I was streaming, I hate ads. Like I'm gonna be real with you. I fucking hate ads. So like at first I didn't put ads. And then I was just like, well, I mean, I wait 5 minutes at the beginning of my stream anyways before, like I'll start stream and then it'll be like starting soon. So I wait 5 minutes anyways. Why don't I just, put in the ads at the very first start and just get them over with type of deal? And plus, it's more incentive for, the people that do actually want to support me if they don't want to see ads. Sub to me!
Oh,
Thank
okay.
you!
That's
You!
pretty good deal. Yep.
Yeah, like it's just 5 minutes. So, I feel like everyone has 5 minutes in a way.
Wow. That's really
Yeah.
cool.
But
So,
no, I get it. Like, I hate ads too.
mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, I haven't watched your stream
No worries.
this week. I kind of missed your streams, and
No, it's
yeah,
okay.
I, it's been a busy week for me. I've been trying to
Oh,
finish some projects. But anyway,
I believe.
uh, yeah, you were saying something?
Oh, I guess let's see. I think, yeah, again, I just always strive to entertain, encourage, and be lewd for my lewdies. Again, I'm very much the entertainer vibe. Um, I I like it when people call me a dumb bitch on stream. It's not an insult, it's a compliment, and it's just a cute little quirk thing that I like to do. I guess a lot of my streams have a lot of themes to them. Like, I'll just be like, I just want to chat with my ladies, so I'll do just like a just chatting theme. If I really want to play a game, I'll pick my game and be like, look, stoner waifu plays blank, okay? Or I'll also have like I guess some of my they're not lewd, but they're sussy streams. Like for example, the bimbo stuff, all right?
Mhm.
Like self-proclaimed goth bimbo, like bimbo can be like a kink too, but you also have to keep everything within toss on Twitch. But like, so like for example, I'll have a bimbo themed stream, all right? Like I'll just be like playing a character, playing a role, a ditzier one, okay? And like, just like I guess sort of towing the line very ever so carefully, like trying not to be too kinky, trying not to be too lewd, but like also understand like my streams are 18 plus. I'm an adult. I don't ever want to interact with minors. Fuck off. So
Yeah,
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 it's
it's
a tightrope dance.
yeah. They're getting more and more strict nowadays. Slowly but surely. Yeah.
Yeah, they are. But I just, it is what it is. That's all I can say. I have to bow down to the Twitch gods. I think every streamer has to play nice, if you will.
Yeah.
So it
So
it
how
is
about
what it is. Hmm.
collabs?
How
Which
about what? Sorry.
collaborations? How many
Oh,
collaborations
collaborations.
have you made so far?
Oh my gosh. So like again, I like okay, so like I have again been on I think Halloween, well not I think. I have been on Halloween 4545's Twitch channel from time to time. That was like a while ago though. But other than this year, believe it or not, I have never collabed anyone except for like this year. I collabed with three people this year. I collabed with Solvaton. Shout out to Solva. We basically just got high on stream, had a nice time. I collabed with D-Rock. Again, you know D-Rock personally, so I collabed with him. We basically played like a kaiju fighting simulator. We got to be like Godzilla and other creatures. It was so much fun. I love fighting games, so it was like right in my wheelhouse.
Hmm.
And I am collabing with Lily Moe Ski, and he is an awesome femboy fox VTuber, and we were playing the coffin of Andy and Lele on his channel. So those three people are the first ever collabs I ever did as far as like VTubing, and I was happy enough to do them all this year. So very excited to get out of my box.
Yeah.
Oh,
So is streaming gonna be your career, or is it
mm,
still going to voice acting? Which do you prepare?
yeah, that's a great question to ask. I as far as like preferring, I'm always going to love voice acting. Okay, like I will just fucking get that out of the way. I will always love voice acting, but it is really like a competitive field. And then sometimes, again, I wanted to pivot to streaming. So, like, yes, I will always love voice acting, but right now I would like to try and be a streamer, which is why I'm focusing all my attention, well, almost all my attention and assets and everything into just entertaining, being a streamer. So, I would say right now I prefer streaming, but I'll never not love voice acting.
Oh, so
And
you it's
hmm,
like your thing. That
well, yeah, that's another thing. As far as like the future, I I don't know how long I'll be doing this for sure. Like I feel like as long as it makes me happy and as long as I can, support myself, I would be happy to continue doing this. But who knows? I can't predict the future. I would like to do this for as long as, again, I'm happy and people are allowing me to do so.
Well,
Hopefully that answers your question.
well, you're
Oh,
kind of locked in already because you were you get you get yourself stoned on stream, you know. So I d- it's almost impossible to be not happy, right?
well, don't get me wrong, okay? Like, everyone's reaction to cannabis is different, okay?
Yep.
So, like, I get positive traits, but that doesn't necessarily mean like you'll have a good time. You know, everyone's body is different. I've just been lucky enough to basically. Um, so
Well,
yeah.
well, yeah. Since we introduced the weed thing, let's talk about it more.
Sure thing, sure thing. Favorite subject.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I smoke weed. You know, my name is Dolly. And I smoke weed. I have a legal medical cannabis card in my state. Again, for privacy, I don't really want to say my state. But yeah, it's basically I smoke weed because I have medical issues. You know, I will be open with my mental health journey. Like, I'm very open about it on stream and I'll be open about it here, but I suffer from depression and anxiety, and I know I'm not alone, definitely, and I know a lot of people really do struggle with it. So I'm one of them. But to cope, okay, to cope and to just sort of like treat myself, I use self-care and weed, and once I have enough money, I'm gonna definitely do therapy. I feel like that is the American dream, right? Just making enough money to get therapy. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Anyways, hopefully not controversial, but
No, no, not at all. Actually, I also been open about it on my previous episodes how I'm having anxiety disorder. I actually need weed.
Oh, so you can relate then fully.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I'm having panic attacks and my body is trembling a lot since
Yeah,
since a few years ago. Yeah,
yeah.
I do experience those stuff. And
Mm,
I actually need the weed, but apparently I can't because
mm.
they are pretty strict here. It's actually
Mm.
legal here now,
Oh,
but
that's good.
but you cannot get it so easily. You have to, I believe you have
Okay.
to get a medication first and then you get the weed
Uh,
from the hospital itself.
oh,
You
they are
can't,
strict.
yeah, you cannot buy it on the streets or something. You have to buy it
Got you.
on the hospital and I what I heard is you have to use it inside the hospital.
Oh, wow. You can't even go to the privacy of your own home. It has to be in the hospital. That's interesting. Wow.
Yeah, they are,
Wow. I'm really
you know,
surprised
the
by that.
previous president here was pretty against drugs. He was
Okay.
very against it, and then the new president now legalized it in his in his administration, and
Okay.
it 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 managed to get legal, but the restrictions are still pretty stiff, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't think anyone will be willing to go to the hospital just to take the
No,
weed.
I think it's ridiculous. No, I think
That's
it's
pretty
absolutely
crazy,
ridiculous.
man.
It is. And I do want to quickly say, like, before I get ahead of myself, like, you are valid. Your anxiety is valid. Like, it's real. I never want you to doubt yourself ever. And don't worry, I'm not gonna like dive into the details, but I just want you to know that you're valid and you're brave and everything that you're going through is real. And again, I can relate to it. It's tough. It really is tough. I guess, just to be a little more personal without going too deep, but like I mainly get my anxiety around nighttime. And like you said, I can get the panic attacks. Thankfully, I don't get them as often anymore. Again, I attribute that to self-care and of course weed. But I have had them before and they're not fun and it just completely like at least for me, it completely just rocks your world and then the next day you're just fucking like just you can't even do anything. You're too tired, you're just drained,
Yeah,
basically.
you have no energy.
Yeah,
Your body feels very heavy.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I can relate to that, and like that's another thing. I feel like there still is kind of a stigma around, cannabis, weed, whatever. Like I hope. No, no, let me think. There's still definitely a stigma regarding cannabis, but I don't want you to ever feel like or think that you're like a bad person for using it. Like you need it. You medically need it. And that's a message I want to like just tell anyone who is like a person that uses cannabis. Again, I'm very like I very like let people do whatever. Whether you use it for medical or not, I still think that you're valid and you should still use it. So that's what I wanted to try and convey.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
most people actually understood it now, and
Yeah,
it's socially acceptable more nowadays,
I
right?
agree.
And
I would agree.
but due to some politics involved in it, uh,
Yeah.
people still are not willing to admit it, right? That they
Mhm.
need the weed. I hope that makes
Yeah, I
sense.
think a lot of denial. Yeah, a lot of denial is going on for
Yeah, there's
sure.
a lot of denial about it. So yeah,
And
how do you
no,
open?
sorry, I know.
How often do you use weed? Is it everyday thing or it's like coffee?
So like I very much use it in proportion to I guess my symptoms or like how well I am managing my own anxiety and my depression. Like it definitely varies from day to day. Like sometimes I do smoke every day. Sometimes I don't even feel like smoking and I'll just go on a tolerance break or I'm just like, oh, I'm not in the mood to do it, not today, whatever. It's never like I feel like I'm addicted or anything. Like it's never like I want to say like oh my god, I just like I just constantly want to light up or anything. No. But it is something that like I enjoy and I don't think there should be a shame in that and it is like helping me. So again, it varies depending on the day, but of course if I have like an episode or something, like I'll also like use it then like right if I need like immediate relief for something, I'll also use it then.
Mm.
So hopefully that made sense.
So
I guess like
so
mhm, mhm.
basically you're since you said not addicted, what it means
No,
is
I don't feel like I'm addicted now.
you don't constantly seek it, right?
No, like it's all based on my mood, my feelings, and my symptoms for the day. Like if again, like if I'm just feeling so low and like I can't function, like I can't do my chores, or I'm just all I want to do is cry and I just want like some relief, I will just absolutely use my medicine because it is medicine.
Mm.
Mind you, it's really great medicine, but like it's still at its core medicine. So like I will take my medicine, which means, I'm either lighting up or I'm taking a dab, whatever.
Mhm.
And shout out to indica strains. They are my favorite. I love feeling so calm and foggy. What's your favorite strain?
Yeah. What?
What's your favorite strain?
Stream?
Oh, no,
Uh
no, strain. Strain. What's your favorite
strain?
strain? Yep. A
Uh
weed.
I don't have a particular strain that I'm
No
familiar
worries.
of because here when you're buying, from
Mhm.
underground stuff, you don't really know what you're getting because it's pretty hidden.
Right.
They don't tell everybody anyone what strain it is, and
No.
they just said it's weed, it's marijuana, or MJ sometimes, you know, or blue, like a blue cigarette, because there's white cigarette, red cigarette, and then there's the blue cigarette, which is marijuana. They call it blue
Yeah,
here.
blue.
So yeah,
Oh,
we don't really know what strain it is, but it's most of the time when I was buying it back in the day, it's hit or miss. Sometimes the weed is good, sometimes it's meh, you know. But yeah, but my favorite one was one. It does. I don't know if it has a particular strain, but
Hmm.
most of the time I'm looking for seeds.
Oh, for the seeds to
Yeah, the
grow.
seeds. I look for it, and I want the smoke to be popping when I smoke it. Yeah,
So
something like
I'm
that.
relating I just want to say that I'm relating to everything you're saying because, again, back in the day as well, I can relate to doing, buying underground and like, yeah, like I didn't know what I was getting either as far as stray names. I would just know like, oh, this makes me feel more uplifted or like this makes me feel more sleepy. Like that's how I was. It's only until I was finally able to get medical like my medical card that I was just like, oh, so this is that strain. This is, indica. This is a hybrid one, like I feel like that is one of the perks for sure of having a medical card, but not everyone obviously gets that.
Yeah,
So
so you get
it's
more educated.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's another important thing. Like I always strive to educate my ludies as well on stream. Like if they ever have stoner questions, I'll try my best to answer them. So, that's never off the topic on a stream for me, or off the table as a topic in the stream for me.
Yeah. And how
Oh my
did you get
god.
started with weed? What made you started?
Yeah. So I started smoking weed with my bestie in my college days. Believe it or not, I just tried weed just later in life in my 20s.
Hmm.
So yeah, I just tried it with my bestie in a tiny little utility closet. And I just tried it and it felt like amazing. Like that's another thing, like when you start off with weed, it only takes like what, like the tiniest hit and you feel like you've just like exploded, or at least that's what it felt like for me.
Yep.
But now I have like such a tolerance where it's just like, okay, this weed, I can tell that it's good. It makes me feel very euphoric, but like I can also tell when weed is kind of like mid now too. Yeah.
Mm. So prior to smoking weed, did you smoke cigarettes as well?
I did not. I had parents that smoked, and I just never really liked it. It just made me cough, and I was just like, I don't want to do cigarettes or I don't want to smoke tobacco, but I would consider trying, weed. And again, I didn't like smoke cigarettes, but I have tried hookah. I have tried like a blunt, which is, weed wrapped around a tobacco leaf. So like I've tried it, and it's just not really like I just didn't really it like the feeling was okay, but it just I don't know, it just didn't resonate with me. I don't know. I just my body was
Mm.
just like, meh. So I sort of stuck to just purely weed.
Mm.
Yeah.
My first
What
time
about
using
you?
my first time using weed was when I was around 17, 18 years old, and I was working construction, manual
Oh my god,
construction. And
hard
yeah,
job.
so yeah, very hard job, and back breaking work. And
Yeah.
so yeah, we got body pains after in
Mhm.
the afternoon, very tired. And then yeah, my coworkers gave me some weed, and it
Mhm.
became like a painkiller. That's how I
Yeah.
that's how I treated it back then. And
Mm.
then eventually I got hooked. I liked it, you know. And
Hmm.
yeah,
I like
my
too.
first my first experience was my face is like it's very sensitive. It's very
Oh,
ticklish.
oh no.
Yeah, and then when I look at my buddies, you know, very little hint of smile, and I started laughing. Yeah, it made me laugh.
Okay, but so weed for the most part affects you pretty positively then, right?
I guess so.
Okay, that's good. No, like luckily for me too. Like that's good. That's a good thing, I think. So good.
Yeah.
I get giggly too. Sometimes I get so stupid on stream. Like
You know,
the
I,
first. Oh,
yeah, I remember with my buddies, we just look at each other, and nothing was said actually. We just look at each other
okay.
and started laughing for no reason.
Yeah, that's how I feel most of the time. It just, I don't know. It's just funny because, like, I'm high, okay? Like, I'm streaming and I'm high and I'm watching my model, which is, very, just a little alluring. So I'm distracted, like, my model's distracting me and then chat's distracting me, and I will always, like, fuck up my words. I'll, like, stumble over my words. I'll forget what I'm saying a lot. Like, my poor chat. My poor chat. Bless their heart, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. They put up with me. Okay, they put up with me a lot.
Yeah. I guess they know the effects, right? I guess some of them
I
are uses
yeah,
as well, right?
yeah, some of them are definitely stoners as well. Nice, nice. And then I have people who actually don't do it at all too. And like for example, my boyfriend doesn't dabble in cannabis at all. It's just purely me. But he's like supportive about it. He never like makes me feel bad or anything. So like, like it's all good. It's all fine. But again, sorry, meandering off point, but like my viewers, not some of them are stoners, some of them are not. And it's all okay because I like everyone, to just have a good time and just have good vibes on my stream. So it doesn't matter if you smoke or not. You can still stop by.
Yeah.
Wink.
Have you
You
ever
tired of me yet?
have you ever tried mixing weed and alcohol?
Oh my God. So I try not to do it. Again, I was mainly getting faded, or at least that's what I call mixing weed and alcohol, getting faded. Like during my clubbing days in my like late early 20s, I was definitely going to the club high. I was definitely drinking when I got there. So, yes, I have been faded, but now that I'm older, I try not to do it as much. Like
It's
it's just like
scary,
one, it's
right?
kind of hard. Oh,
Scary.
well, so like I never have felt scared, but I will say like disclaimer again, this is all me, but like I will say that I'm more prone to feeling anxious when I have weed and alcohol. And it's also just like sometimes it's just too much. Like it will just hit you like a truck. You're like, "Oh, time's moving like really slow for me now." At least that's how I perceive it. And like I'm just kind of like just wobbly like you definitely have to be in a safe environment when you get faded. So if I
Yeah.
if I do ever get faded again, it will be at home. Okay. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I had those. Actually, it's one of my most unforgettable weed experience
Oh,
when yeah, so there's some kind of a party, and I'm with the artist, a fellow artist, which um yes, he's a weed user, and he's also a drinker. So yeah, we were drinking at first, and then all of a sudden they started asking me for money. Why do you want money?
okay.
Let's let's gonna we're gonna
Yikes.
buy some weed. So yeah, I
Oh
got the
god.
weed and we
Yep.
smoked it. We smoked it,
Hey.
and then
Hey.
that weed was really something. It was really
Oh.
it was really hard. It hit me like it's like a
Lewd.
horse. I got hit by a horse. Like a horse kicked me in the face.
Oh
That's
no.
how it felt.
Oh gosh.
And then there's the seeds as well. I encourage them to put it in. So yeah, I smoked it. It popped in. It kept popping, something like that. And then yeah, maybe 2 3 minutes later, I'm fucking stoned, and I
Oh
was
yeah.
hallucinating.
Oh no,
Yeah, yeah,
no, don't hallucinate. Oh
yeah. I,
no.
I was looking at my bodies like they were angels and demons. They have wings, and
Oh, oh my
and
God.
the
Wow.
whole
I've
the
never
whole
seen
place
anything before.
the whole place was foggy. It's very cloudy,
Oh my
and then
God.
and then s- some guy picked up the guitar and started singing, and then it's what everybody's start to sing along, and it's like a choir, and then it hit me. Oh my god. I'm like it's like I'm being in a cradle, you know?
Oh my gosh.
It felt like that.
You had an experience.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I was like in a cradle and I'm being uplifted, going up
What?
and up and up, and I felt like my body, it's like, wait, if someone pokes my skin, it would blow up. It was something like that. I was I was I was freaking out. I was
Oh no.
freaking out actually. I
Yeah.
I told my friend there that you gotta bring me to the hospital.
Oh no. Did you end up going?
No, because
Oh my
back
God.
then it was still
All
illegal.
right.
Yeah, so
Right.
my friend told me, "No, you cannot do that.
Oh.
We're gonna screw ourselves." Something like that. So yeah, they keep singing, and then yeah, at some point, uh, I was looking at this guy who was faceless. It's like
Hmm.
he's shape shifting. He has many faces, and someone gave me a juice because I was freaking out, and
Yeah.
he
This
gave
is
me a
cringy.
juice, and I drink it, and then suddenly I uh, I thought it was God, and I said,
What?
yeah, because the words is kinda, I have to translate this because juice, like as in
Hmm.
orange juice, apple juice, fruit juice, something like that. Juice in our language, meaning it means God, juice,
Oh.
God, God. So
Hmm.
when our pronunciation of the word is juice, it's similar. Actually, it is spelled Diyos, Jos, actually, Jos.
Yeah.
So when the guy gave me the juice, I probably interpreted it as like God. So I drank the
Yeah.
juice and I thought it was God. And I talked to the guy, the guy that I was hallucinating, the faceless guy.
Hmm.
Then he said, "I am you."
I
That's what he
am
said.
you.
Yeah. So
Oh.
all in all,
Oh.
I started thinking, am I seeing God? Something like that. I was that high. And then all of a
What if you
sudden,
are God?
and then he walks away, and I tried to catch him. He walks away, and I tried to catch him, and then and
You're
all of
brave.
all of a sudden, I find myself
Hmm.
holding on my body's feet because I thought that guy was the one I'm trying to catch, and I was holding his lower leg very hard, and people got nervous, and they started
Oh,
freaking out. And I was on the floor, grabbing on his
oh,
lower leg.
you poor dear.
Yep,
You poor dear.
yeah. I really freaked out that night, and the body of mine said, you know what, you need to take a bath. So yeah,
Yeah.
I went to the the bathroom, and I started taking a bath. And what's funny is my arms felt like uncontrollable. I started caressing my head, and I felt that
Wow.
I couldn't stop it. Like I couldn't control it. It keeps moving on its own. That's how I felt.
It's wild. I've never had, well, like, I've had like some bad times on weed. I've had some good times on weed, but like, even the good times, I've never like experienced hallucinations or anything. Like, holy crap, you guys had like maybe a lot of weed. Maybe. Oh my God.
I don't know.
Oh,
I believe it's the
oh,
alcohol, because
oh, it was the alcohol that
we were
perpetuated it.
drinking rum. It was weed and
Maybe that's
rum.
all you need.
Yeah, I think
Oh, it was rum.
rum. You know
Oh,
what rum? Tanduay rum.
yeah, I know what rum is. I'm just
Yeah.
like, yeah, rum will do it to you.
Yeah, I mean, rum itself is very hard already, and then if you mix it with weed, I don't know. Good luck with that. So,
Oh, so like, mhm.
yeah, so I guess I will not mix weed and alcohol ever again. I stopped
Probably not.
doing that. It was crazy.
No,
Man.
it sounded crazy. Like, seeing a
Yeah,
faceless man.
like I met God. And starting from
Yeah,
that point,
yeah.
I became an atheist as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, it's sort of
I
like,
Yeah, it awakened me for some reason. I becoming aware of myself. Why am I doing things? Why do I believe there's a God? And you know, I was looking at myself more. I was analyzing myself more. Why? How did I end up? You know, uh,
mhm.
being being a God believer, and then yeah, after that incident, that trip, what
Hmm.
you call it, that trip. Yeah, I started questioning everything.
Uh-huh. So,
Yeah.
like, I will comment at least for how I like to use weed again as a medicine, as a tool. Like weed, at least for me, it makes me get like giga introspective. Okay. So like whenever I am having like a roadblock, like an emotional roadblock, or I'm going through like a hard time, again, don't want to get too into it, but like, if I am experiencing symptoms, okay, if I am suffering, I'm just like, hey, let me and like okay, sorry, I'm a little going all over the place. But another thing, like if I'm also feeling an emotion but I'm not sure why, I will smoke. I will like because I smoked, I don't know what it is, but or how I react, but like it really just helps me sort through my emotions and my problems. It really just makes me take a step back, get outside of my head for a bit and be like, why am I feeling this way? Why am I feeling this way? Why, you know, like, is there a reason? Did I, not take care of myself? It really just helps me figure out the problem. And that's another reason, or rather, another thing that I like using weed for.
Mm.
So,
Yeah, it makes
mm,
you calmer. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And yeah,
It,
it's a good painkiller as well, when you do some workout perhaps, or you do some long
uh,
walks and you got body pain. It's really effective.
mhm.
Yep.
I wish it was legal everywhere. I really do.
Well,
But
they
it isn't.
cannot make it legal everywhere, because You know, when people are very relaxed, they tend to not get forced by the governments are against it because they want people to work. So if the majority of people are weed users,
Right?
uh, they'll be they'll be lazy. At least that's how
That's the thing
I
about it.
understand it.
So like on the topic of weed and laziness, I will say like I feel like it just again goes back to depending on how you are on a person. Like yes, you know, at least, for me, weed does make me feel relaxed, but like again, depending on the strain, sometimes I can feel like couch locked, but other times like we can be pretty uplifting at the same time too. Like I know people that are just functioning stoners or they just will just get whatever they need to. They can just highly function, if you will. Like they're just so good at it.
Yeah, I
So,
guess it depends on the
the job.
right dosage as well. If it's too much, it gets you lazy. But if you got the right amount and then you're just having a good vibes.
And the tolerance too, yeah.
Yeah, it really differs on the person, so it's very hard for governments to set a standard. So it's something that they cannot control, so they don't want it to be legalized for most countries because it's uncontrollable. They don't have a you know uh one size fits all thing because
Yeah.
that's what the most governments does. Yeah,
I know. It sucks. It's icky, but it is what it is, what it is. And
yeah.
I'm very happy that you're able to get treatment now.
Well, I haven't really tried it yet, but I'm actually taking meds right now with the AD stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Like, again, you don't have to go into it, but do you find it helpful, at least? Baseline, yes or no? Helpful?
oh, right now I'm not using it because
Oh, 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 okay.
it's pretty hard.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
still pretty hard to find it now. You have to be
Ah,
very secret and it's hard. It's very risk. I'm very risk averse right now and yeah, try to avoid it and I'm afraid I might get dependent on it as well.
mm.
So yeah, I think I wanna avoid it as much as possible
Do
for now.
you do you feel like someone can get like dependent on weed?
Yeah, I mean I was
Mhm.
but then when I was using it when in construction, body pains and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, we
It
used
sort of
it a
becomes a
lot.
habit.
Huh? What?
I guess it can sort of become a habit, I guess,
Yeah, it can become a
depending.
habit. And right now since I'm having knowing that I'm having AD, you know,
Mhm.
I might get hooked to it again and it could
Got you.
ruin my my life and people might be watching me, start watching me,
Mm.
you know, and I
Well,
get to jail.
well, we definitely don't want that, okay? And, I just want to send all of the good vibes your way, bro. I truly hope that,
I
everything
re-
works out for
I
you.
really wish
And it's
they have
okay.
a much better regulations with the weed and yeah,
Mhm.
it's much easier for me to access it.
Okay,
So
good,
yeah.
good.
Anyway,
Yay! Mhm.
let's move on to the lewd stuff.
Loot stuff! Yay! I like this
Yeah.
stuff. I'm ready.
So, do you
Hehe.
like to be stoned while you're being lewd?
Yes, I do. I do enjoy the experience. It makes my, again, a little personal, sorry, but it makes my orgasms even more orgasmy, I
Ah,
guess,
no,
if you could
no. Yeah,
say.
yeah, yeah. I know that. Yeah, I
So
did.
I'm a fan. I'm personally a fan. So I'll
Yeah.
say that.
So, are you how lewd are you in real life?
Oh God. Okay, so like again, I don't wanna name what they are. At least I don't know, maybe I'll name a few, but like I consider myself a pretty kinky person, okay? Again, very pro sex, all right? Pro sex worker. All my fellow lewd tubers out there, like, I support you. I'm never gonna judge anyone, but I feel like I have a lot of kinks, I feel like I'm very lewd. I like my tentacles. I like my sex toys. I like my hentai. Like I also do like erotic RP. Like it's good. That's all I'm
So
gonna
you
say.
do
Like I have fun. I have fun.
so do you watch hentai or porn when you're
So I like
stoned?
reading my hentai. I like my dojins best. Like I just love looking at the artwork and just like, I like just scrolling through at my, own pace. There, maybe like I'll find a scene that I can really appreciate, you know?
Oh yeah,
I
so
just like that method more. It's
us
personal.
yeah, so you get turned on by that.
Yeah, like it's weird. I don't know if it's common or if it's weird or what, but I just get turned on like writing stuff, reading stuff, and of course, looking at stuff. So,
So this happens when you're alone, or does it happens when you're with your lovey-dovey?
so like again, I do want to keep some of private life, still my private life, but I will say that I have done both,
Oh, that's
both
pretty cool.
instances, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So
Oh,
what hentai doujin are you reading
oh God, I
nowadays?
don't wanna I don't wanna out myself. I don't wanna out my kinks just yet. Oh my gosh. I just trust that, I do have a folder that's just full of like all the saved dojins that I really, really, really like. Okay. Um but to sort of like pivot the conversation a little bit. Speaking of lewd stuff, like lewd tuber stuff, I will be debuting as a lewd tuber either this month or sometimes next month. I'm still like trying to plan everything accordingly. But yeah, I'm excited to debut like on Chatterbait, as a lewd tuber in the future.
Wow. So these saved doujins, uh do you read them again and again? Like, for example, you remember this scene and you go back to it, something like that.
Can definitely happen. Typically, I like my newer content though, typically. So like at first, I'll search for my tags on, a couple choice sites, in hentai or something. No, I'm non-sponsored, but I'll just search my tags, okay, and then if there's something new, I'll like check it out. But if there's not, then I'll just, go to my handy dandy bookmarks basically, and I'll just go through my saved one there. But
Mm.
typically I do remember certain scenes, they can stay with me in my mind and yeah, so I do both basically.
Do you copy it in
What
real
do
life?
like I mean so I guess no, because I'm just like, huh, have I ever done that? I don't think I've ever done it. So, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I feel like dojins is a wonderful way to even explore kinks. Like, what if there's like a kink and you're like, oh, I'm kind of on the fence about it. Like I feel like hentai, dojins, whatever. Yes, it is a fantasy, but it is also a way for you to sort of like explore. Sort of like dip your toes in. Do I like this kink? Do I not? Like I never want anyone to be like afraid to explore. but I feel like porn is a way to do that, basically, or dojins, hentai, whatever you use. So,
So, so
um,
you
mm,
really, what do you think of porn? What's your opinion about porn?
um, you know, again, I'm a very much free spirit, so like I don't have anything against porn. I do hope I hope, I hope it's consensual, like in all things. I hope it's consensual even for people who, aren't necessarily into, consent, like consensual non-consent. It's still consensual. So like I'm fine with porn industry. If people want to do it, they should do it. Hello, I consider myself like a sex worker too. Like, yes, I'm a VTuber. Yes, I'm a streamer. I am gonna be a LootTuber. Again, like my official debut. I've also done like, like one-on-one voice calls. Like I've done like phone sex type of thing. So like I consider myself very familiar with that sphere of like lewd stuff. So like I have no judgments. Like if people want to do it, they should do it. They should just be safe. And I do personally think that there should be consent. So
So,
hopefully that answered.
lewd to what you mean with lewd tuber is like, which is it like
Yeah.
Project Melody, a lewd tuber?
Yeah. So I would consider her definitely, if not the first, one of the absolute first like lewd tubers, like people who use an avatar, whether it be 2D or 3D or VR chat, whatever they use an avatar, okay? And then they're streaming on those, spicy sites, Chatterbait, Fansly, ePlay, Joystick, whatever your platform that you use. So I would consider those people YouTubers.
Yeah, I recently received a commission last year,
Yeah.
and uh the commissioner was hoping to have Project Melody voice it, but it,
Awesome.
but it didn't happen. So I
Oh.
was forced to download a video of her doing lewd stuff, and I
Oh,
was
wow.
planning to use the voices from that video,
Mm,
remove the background noises and edit the whole thing and just use the audio.
wow.
That's what I'm trying to do right now. Still haven't got the time to do it, but yeah.
Mm.
So
And this was like a commission.
yeah, this was a commission
Got
last year, and
got
that's how
you.
I saw Project Melody stuff. Uh,
Ah.
Although I see her before on YouTube, but I haven't
Oh, that's
really
cool.
watched her lewd streams.
Mm.
No, I didn't catch her live yet.
I've never seen her live either. But I'm I like 100% she is talented. She is awesome. Hello, she has the community and the following to prove it. So kudos to her.
Yeah,
Like for
so
real.
do you follow
Happy
her,
for
right?
her.
You follow her?
Yeah, I follow her on Twitter.
I
I
see.
I follow like a whole bunch of people on Twitter. Like obviously, like if they're a VTuber too, I'll be like, oh, okay, follow back. Oh, hey, you're a voice actor. Oh, I'm gonna follow you. And like obviously, just I follow a lot of artists too. I feel like the bulk of my follows are just anime artists that I just was like, oh, I like your art. I'm gonna follow you. So my feed is a constant stream of I guess questionable art on Twitter. So,
So when you
yeah.
start becoming a
Hmm.
YouTuber,
Yeah.
is there any kinks that you plan to do?
Oh, definitely. So like I guess one that I would dabble with is again sort of more of the like bimbo-y, goonery, like just ditzy sexual girl, right? I'm gonna just use bimbo because it's just like umbrella term. But yeah, I definitely wanna play up the bimbo aesthetic, I wanna play up the whole like I don't know, sometimes I can feel like I can be a bit of a maso chan, so like a bit of a masochist, so it's just like I think I would dabble in like a lot of denial play. I think that could be fun, like edging, for example. I don't know
Mm.
why my hand tracking was being weird there, but it was being weird. But yeah,
No,
just
no,
like
that's
yeah, so like I would probably like tease people. I'd be like, "Oh, make me come," or like try, just try and make me come, I'm not supposed to come type of deal. Like just sort of like make it a game, basically. So, I'm gonna dabble with a few kings. Bimbo is one of them, denial is another, and just have fun. Like I cannot stress enough. I'm just doing this for fun. Like I'm doing this to entertain you guys. I'm doing this because I am personally just like a sexual person. Like this is liberating for me. And I just want to have fun with it. I want to make people come. I want to make people happy. Like, yeah.
yeah, it
Hmm.
makes you feel home.
It makes me feel good. It makes me feel like elated, like someone just jizzed to my voice, or someone, my polygon 3D titties just made someone jizz. Like I couldn't be happier. Like it's like it's not the highest form of flattery, but I'll be damned does it make me feel good. Like it definitely boosts my confidence for sure.
Yeah. What do you think of
So yeah.
joy? Joy. Joy. Do you
Oh
know
wait,
that?
I'm sorry.
J
Where
O
were
I. What do you,
JOI joy?
yeah, do you think what do you think of it? Or
I don't know what joy
have you not
is.
heard of it? It's
Mm-mm.
a abbreviation, jerk off,
Oh,
it, I
I
forgot.
didn't know.
It's like you're teasing
Oh,
someone,
oh.
like they're watching you, right? And
Ooh.
you the host will make the other party uh climax while you're talking to him.
Oh, that's interesting. So it's sort of like the Lovin's toys, like they sort of like give over control to your toys, right?
Yeah, could be. Like,
Okay.
yeah, jerk off interaction, I believe. Let me Google that.
Oh, oh, like they're instructing people,
Yeah,
basically?
something like that.
Oh,
Joy.
okay. I'd be down to do that
Mm.
too. I can be a brat. All
Wait.
right.
Joy meaning. Uh, okay. Jerk off instructions. Yeah, that's what it meant.
Oh, instructions, instructing. Yeah, I'd be down to do that too.
Yeah.
If you want me to take control, I'm a switch, so I can do that. Doesn't phase me at all. I'm versatile. I want to be your, I guess, I want to be your robo waifu stoner person. That's my brand. That's what I aim to do.
Yeah.
Um,
D-
oh, I would also like to just quickly shout out the LuTuber community. I just want to say, like, all the LuTubers that I've personally met have been just wonderful, amazing, fucking cool people. They're so badass and supportive. I would like to give a big thank you to Ariandine, Lily, and Trixie Nova. You can find them both on Twitter, but they're just the most awesome bad bitches ever, like YouTubers I've ever met, and I just really wanted to just shout them out. So yeah.
yeah, you need to link that to me so I can follow as
Definitely,
well.
definitely.
Yeah.
I will do. Like YouTubers support YouTubers and VTubers support VTubers and so on and so on. Like if they shine, I shine. If I shine, they shine. I even though I've only done like three ever collaborations, like I I'm open to collabing with anyone. Like it just sounds fun. Like yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I think
Hmm.
the joy thing is more like personal, and it has to be one on one of sort. Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay,
think
not
I
like a
think
group thing.
I think that's what most I mean I saw joy stuff in YouTube some time
Mm.
ago.
Oh
Uh
wow, on YouTube,
yeah,
all
yeah,
places.
there
Wow.
were actually videos of Joy in
Oh
YouTube.
wow.
I don't know if you
Oh,
saw some of them.
uh-uh. I've never seen, but like,
They
wow.
go like they're kind of bullying the
Mm.
the viewer into climaxing. Something like
That
that.
sounds like a fun challenge,
Yeah.
honestly. I'd
Would
give it
you
a
be
try.
interested? Oh, you
I
wanna
would.
try?
I would. I would try.
Y-
Like I said, it's truly about like how they feel. Like if the viewer, if the commissioner, like whoever's enjoying the media is feeling good, like I'm happy.
You
So
know, you said you wanna try. You wanna try it now?
I cannot try it now because I need to be paid. But thank you.
You
I'm
clever you.
definitely like, oh, I'm sorry.
You clever you.
Right. Yeah, I
I was trying
humble brag.
I was trying to lure you into doing it, like some kind of an audition.
Like I'm way too shy for that. And
I
to
guess you're
again,
not ready. You're not ready.
yeah, I'm totally not ready. Maybe you'll catch me on TV
It's
though.
it's too sudden,
Okay.
you know. Yeah. I understand.
Yes, so
Uh,
embarrassed. Oh my gosh. But yeah, like, I know my worth and I like to keep things, professional,
yeah,
but
thinking
definitely what I do for
uh
sure.
yeah, now that we're on the discussion of lewd stuff, something popped in my mind about sex dolls.
Yeah, what about that?
Have you seen developments of it?
The last time I think I've ever thought of a sex doll was just like maybe like they were so like stationary, like they don't really move or anything. So have they made advancement?
I
Or
Yeah, I think
I
so
don't really
because there's
know.
these
Ooh.
videos that I saw on someone's feed on Facebook.
Hmm.
Uh, the head actually can talk now and blink
What?
their eyes.
That's so cool though. I don't
Yeah.
know. I think it's cool. I think it's cool. Like I'm never gonna judge someone for using a sex doll. Like again, kink and sex stuff, it's all a very personal relationship, just like, weed is different to each
Would you
person, you know?
do you think
Hmm.
would you be interested in that, like a male sex doll?
Do they surely they exist, right? Surely they
Oh
exist. I've only
yeah,
seen lady.
there's
Okay, okay.
there's male sex dolls as well.
You know
So
what? Fuck it. I'd be open to it. Like, why not? Why not give it a try, honestly? And like, this randomly occurred to me, but like, I feel like, again, you might have to cut this all out. I don't know how, like, sensitive this topic is, but like, I feel like a use for sex dolls is like, what if something, like, what if there was a SA survivor and like, in order to sort of like, get back into maybe being even okay with sort of exploring, sexy areas. Like maybe they use a sex doll. Like that could be like a healing tool in a way, like to get them more comfortable if that's what they want, to be sexually active again. Like
yeah.
that's just something random that occurred to me. I feel like sex dolls can help people.
Mm, yeah. Although there's a lot of fear about sex dolls, you know,
Oh, I didn't
especially
know.
the 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 female population are against it.
Oh, really? Like are they
Yeah,
think like
they feel like
people are gonna
threatened
just fuck the
about it.
dolls and no one else. Like, I don't
Yeah,
get it.
they're
Oh,
threatened. They feel threatened.
but what about this? What if they just have the doll and the lady too? Like, I don't know. Again, I'm not judgy. Like, for example, if my BF ever wanted a sex doll, again, this is me. I'm very open about this. I'm just like, okay, sure, fun. Like, you can use both, at least in my opinion. Like, it doesn't bother me. I wouldn't
Oh,
feel replaced.
that
Oh,
would
like,
be
we can do both, babe.
yeah, that would be very
Hmm.
interesting. You know,
Hmm.
what if, for example, like tomorrow your boyfriend got a sex doll and he had a time with her, would you be jealous about it?
I would not be jealous at all because I'm real. It's the same reason why I feel like he doesn't get jealous over my anime waifus and husbandos and like all my merch and anything. Like, they're not real. I am. And, like I get like don't get me wrong, I can see how someone might feel insecure. I can see how someone might feel jealous. I can empathize, but for me personally, it's just not there. Like I know I'm his lady, all right, and we can just be kinky together.
Mm.
Yeah.
Eh,
If anything, I feel like this whole like okay, so for example, I guess I am sort of going a little personal here. Like I'm very lucky to have a significant other who is very supportive and open about the lewd voice work that I do, the streamer stuff, the fact that I'm gonna become a lewd tuber. Like he's been nothing but supportive about that, and I consider myself really lucky, but like not everyone has that. Like, what if, some people have a partner that like judges them for that? Like, that would just be horrible. I just feel very, very lucky in that
yeah,
sense.
it's pretty hard to find someone that will not judge your work, you know. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, especially in when the work involves sexual tension. Yeah,
There's a
I
lot
mean,
of trust
I mean,
there.
yeah, there's a lot of trust that has to be established. Even for me, I mean, I'm
Yeah.
I draw porn for living, you know, and I
Hmm.
couldn't find a girl that will accept that kind of work, you know.
Really? I'm
Yeah, it's
actually
pretty
very
hard for me.
surprised.
No, I
But
mean,
don't they want free part of you and them? Like, oh my god.
yeah, I mean, I wish it was that way, but you know,
Um,
I met some women that I dated some time ago, and once they find out what my work was, they distanced themselves to me. They broke up with me.
boo.
Yeah,
Boo.
they
That's
couldn't
bull.
accept my work. Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry that happened to you, and know that I'm pretty sure that there is absolutely 100% a kinky lady out there for you that wants you to draw her like every day, alright? You're
I
gonna make your own porn animations.
yeah, I actually have her right now.
Oh, okay, well, there you go. You know.
Yeah. And she's pretty
Yay!
very adventurous, you know.
Ooh, ooh. I
Daring,
like to hear
very daring.
that.
Yeah, so we get
Oh,
along pretty good.
but you definitely think the trust is there. Like, you already know,
Oh
you
yeah,
know.
yeah. I mean, if I told her if you don't trust the person, you shouldn't be with him or her. Yeah.
I agree with that
Yeah,
wholeheartedly.
because there's no point in staying together if you don't trust neither of your partner, right? You or her. It I mean it goes back to back, right? You have to trust
Yeah.
each other.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just you. Actually, I'm not even gonna elaborate it. You said it so perfectly. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
100%.
Yeah, so
Well,
six dolls. Where were we?
wait, $6.
I mean,
Yeah, well, that's so weird. People feel threatened. That's why.
I'm
To me,
actually feel I actually feel afraid of sex dolls because
oh,
my artist work
mm,
could be replaced by sex dolls, you know.
mm. So that's interesting that you bring it up because again, this is just my personal opinion, my belief. I don't think that I don't think art, for example, I don't think art will ever be truly fully replaced because I feel like people want art from a human, like people want to just have art in general. Like yes, you can have like for example a sex doll and you can touch it, but it's just like even though you have a sex doll, I'm pretty sure they want the porn still too, Like I feel like it's not going anywhere.
Now, what if they actually perfected the sex doll? Like it can actually move now. Like for
Oh, like
example,
like future stuff.
yeah, let's
Yeah.
say 10 years from now, 15 years from now, and they are actually walking around the house doing chores,
Oh
and
my God.
comforting you, you know, doing the dishes, something like that. What if that's the kind of sex doll you have? I mean, that
Um,
is mind blowing.
that would be cool. That would be cool to me. I guess, okay, so for example, like anime husbandos and waifus. So just one of mine, just a very, very old basic one. I'd like Shishomaru from Inuyasha. Okay, so like
Hmm.
example, like yes, there's a sex doll. Yes, they can be super, super sophisticated. And again, I'm pro that. I think that's so cool. But it's like until they get to the point where I can have my anime husbandos and waifus like as the doll, I'm still gonna want like porn of said waifus and husbandos.
Mm.
I don't
So they have to be at the peak of the
Yeah, for me
yeah.
to be like, oh yeah,
So
this is taking.
we have, I guess I have like 10 years max left
Oh
before I
no,
quit
no,
this job.
no.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, I hope that your craft will never die, regardless of sex dolls or not. So I'll still commission you if you want me to.
I actually
No,
wanted to
no.
commission you, but yeah,
What?
yeah, I
What?
was I was trying to get
No.
you to do some, like
Oh
a
my God.
voice pack,
Yeah.
like
Well, if it's
something I
still on the
can
table.
reuse for, for small projects like loop
Yeah.
animations or something like that.
If it's still on the table, we can definitely slide back into DMs and discuss it. I'd be happy to
Yeah,
discuss
yeah,
it with you.
yeah.
Hee hee hee.
So, where
I'm
do
so
you,
happy.
yeah, so where do you see yourself in the future regarding all this
Hmm.
VA and streaming?
Well, I hope that in the future, I hope that I've made it to partner. Okay, I hope I've made that milestone. I've made it to partner. I hope that my community has grown like threefold. I hope that I'm still doing voice acting in the future. There might be a day where maybe I'm just like I want to get out of the game, but I hope there's not gonna be a day. Like I truly hope like, this is one of my passions. This is, a hobby that's started out into like a lucrative hobby. But like it's my passion. Like I still hope that I'm doing it in the future. And so yeah, I want to be partner. I want to grow my community. I want to still be doing voice acting stuff and I guess still making people come too, in the future.
Ah, you naughty, naughty.
Right, right. But yeah, other than that, I just want to be happy. I just want to smoke weed and I just want to meet as many cool people as I'll ever meet. And yes, you're one of the cool people, obviously.
Yeah, sausage and eggs.
Wait, what about eggs?
Yeah, that's what we do, right? Sausage and eggs.
Oh, sausage and eggs. I didn't hear the sausage part and I was like, "Wait, what eggs?" I got those.
Yeah.
But yeah,
The
sorry, bad joke.
do you like it thin or long or wait. Do
Ooh,
you like it thick or long?
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I like them to be either just a monster or a bad dragon.
Ooh,
Okay.
must be thick then.
Hey, 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 you can still like bad dragons and not be a size queen or king, ECT. They
Yeah,
have
yeah.
like normal sizes too. Oh, But
Yeah, a lot of
yeah.
men are very insecure about that.
Oh really? Oh no. Like again, I must be a weird exception and like your girlfriend too. Like I would hope that like you shouldn't like in my opinion, I don't think anyone should be feeling threatened because to me, again for me, nothing compares to like the real thing. Like a toy feels like a toy, the D feels like a D. I like both. Why not have both? Like it only adds to the experience.
Yeah.
So
So what's your uh what's your words of
Mhm.
wisdom for the men who have the average size? Is there a secret that you want to tell
I would
them?
just I would just say, you know, trust in your partner. They do love you, okay? Unless specifically you're into like cucking or like, you know, if you're into humiliation or something, then of course I think you should encourage them, you know, to like tease you and like love the toy more than you. But if it's not your king, just know that they love you. Like it feels different. Both feel different, and I promise you they want both, not one or the other. So, yeah.
Yeah, so important thing is communication.
Yeah, sorry, communicate with your partner, okay? It's okay. And
Yeah.
know that, like, it's a prop. Like, it's not a competitor, it's a prop. Like, if anything, it makes you better because you can take control of the toy, you know? It doesn't have to be just
Yeah.
her. They can use it too.
Yep.
So yeah.
So, how is your life being an online persona?
Oh gosh. It's it's the life like so like very like and like I'm laughing because I know myself like I am just an individual that God, I'm sorry, Dak. I don't even know where to go with that one. Oh my God. Like,
Now, I mean, how can you like describe your life being being online? Are you enjoying it, or do you have what's your cons and pros
okay.
being online?
So the pros, I get to basically talk to my friends who are all around the world. So that's one big pro that I love being, you know, online. Two, it gives me access to my community. Again, not every Ludi in my community is from just America. You know, I have Ludis from Sweden. I have Ludis from Japan. I have Ludis all over. And I love that because one, I get to learn languages, which fun fact, I just quirky. I like just randomly learning random words and other languages. And two, you know, it just brings me closer to them. So that's a pros. But cons, definitely. I suffer from, you know, depression and anxiety. I can get a little in my head. Like, I guess, you know, like the whole thing about social media can sort of make you sad or depressed or make you feel like you're lacking. I definitely do experience that from time to time. So it's like, I'm so happy that I can connect with people, but it does sort of have the downside of where, like, sometimes I feel like I'm not trying enough, or I'll see other people do X and I'm just like, oh, you know, I'm not necessarily jealous that they did it, but it's just like, oh man, I wish I was doing exciting things too. You know, like it makes you it can rather it can make you feel like you're not doing enough. So
Yeah, it's
pros and cons.
yeah, the social media thing is
Yeah.
you know, it you have to grab their attention, and
Mm.
you it's very hard to keep it that way, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a balance for sure.
Yeah. It's really
Definitely lots of self
it's
care.
challenging for sure.
And
So
like I'm sure you're no stranger to it too. Like again, I don't want to speak for you, but I'm sure like artists maybe will feel that way too, or they can.
oh yeah,
So
definitely. I mean, we're in the same page in terms of those stuff. Yeah.
well, think you're amazing because one, I can't draw. I could never like draw like anything, okay? Like I will doodle here and there, but like you're a pro, you know? Like I think it's so cool. And I think you're so talented, truly. So like to me, I think you're amazing. You can draw. So
Yeah, thank
yeah.
you. But still, I'm still
Yeah.
learning until today. I'm still
Okay.
trying to
Okay.
figure things out right now. Although I know a lot, but there's still a lot to dig, you know. It's like
Mm.
an it's like a mountain that I need to
You keep
explore.
climbing.
Yeah, keep climbing. Yeah, so what about Electro Dolly? How did you come up with it? What inspired you?
Yeah. Yeah, again, it was just the whole gothic Lolita lewd fashion. I wanted that to be just an android. I don't even know why I picked an android. I think I like the fact that like androids are like customizable, you know, they can be whatever personality you program them. And, you know, I also like the I guess it's kind of cruel. Like I remind my viewers when I'm being the Electrodolly persona, like androids are evil, Lamau. So it's just like you can never let your guard down around me, you know, like and I think it's funny. Like I'll tell my loonies, I'm just like, by the way, remember, I can never love you because I can't feel emotions because I'm an android. Like just that kind of like role play type of deal. I think it's pretty funny, but yeah. So VA mascot, I don't even know why I picked Android. I just like them. I like the thought of someone programming me to be exactly what they want to be, and I just want to please and entertain. So, how can I serve you? You know, robots serve. So, I like to serve. That's why I picked it. I still like the whole gothic Lolita style. That's why I got the headdress. Hopefully I answered. I
Yeah,
sort of
so
forgot.
yeah,
Halfway
being
through.
an android, that means you can
Yeah.
definitely update your model. Like
Yes.
perhaps
I can
you can be a warrior or going to war. You can be a robot with big guns, you know,
yeah,
possibly.
and I again, robots are whatever you want them to be. And I will also say, like,
You can
I make
put
up the
wings.
lore as I go. Oh, I'm sorry?
You can put wings.
Oh my god! I'm the oldest Electro Dolly with wings. She's just like flying up above. She has like giant cannons or something, and it's just like darling. Imaginative. You like inspired me.
Yeah,
But
I have a lot of ideas right now. I'm just visioning it.
And like another thing I guess I'll say about her, it's like I'm just making up my lore as it goes. Just as far as you know, Electrodolly units, like the robot units, okay, they're customizable. There's not just one Electrodolly, there's like a whole bunch in the lore. Like for example, when I'm streaming, I'm Electrodolly unit 42069, like that's her full fucking name, okay?
69.
It's the best number ever, by
Yep,
the way.
yep, yep.
So yeah, you can just sort of be like, oh, you know, today I'm unit 666. I'm a total yandere. Like you can just really just have fun with it. So I wanted something flexible. So
Yeah,
there
you
you
can
go.
change personality
Mm.
on the go.
And like that lets me reach a whole wider audience of people, you know? Like, yeah, you know, I can be lewd for you, but you know, yeah, I can also be a kitty. Like, you know, just things like that.
Yep. Wow.
Oh, yeah, this has been great. This has been fun, man. I'm really, really thrilled and happy and lucky that you wanted to interview me.
Well,
Thank you.
you carried the show actually.
No way, no way, no way.
You're such a very good guest actually.
Aw, I'm glad to
Yeah.
hear it, and that's a big compliment. Like seriously.
I,
But any final questions? I don't know. Any other little things you wanna ask me?
I guess you can tell us what you're up to, like projects and stuff.
Oh, I know I definitely touched on it earlier, but I will reiterate, I'm still doing voice work for T Hoodie because I do voice Max the Elf, and he's always gonna need more voice files from me for my game. So very, very happy to be working with T Hoodie still. And yeah, Momo Studios. I really liked working with Momo Studios. Again, they made Flip Witch, and I'm sure they're going to come out with new games. Again, like, okay, so like the studio is also called Momo Studios, but there's also like their game manager who's also called Momo. But in our talks, he did, extend, like, well, how do I phrase this? Like, he did welcome me on to like future games. So like I feel like the opportunity is still there. So when they come out with more games, hopefully I'm in them.
Wow.
And yeah, just making more parody audios and just keep on streaming, keep on voice acting.
Yeah.
Wink.
So
Yeah.
tell the audience where they can find you.
Yeah. Hey, audience, you guys. So you can find me on, of course, Patreon, Twitter, Newgrounds, Ko-fi, Twitch, all at Electrodolly. Okay, just type that in and then slash Electrodolly. And soon to be Chatterbait, you can find me there too. So come say hi to me. See you in. All right, see you in. Say hi. All right, it's all
Wow.
good.
Yep.
Thank you.
Wow, such a nice guest you are. Yeah.
No, you.
There's
Hmm.
this tradition that on each episode where the previous guest will ask a question for the next guest.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. I think I
Hmm.
forgot because it's been a month ago, but let me check real quick
Yeah,
so I can
do
remember.
it.
Uh, okay, I got it. Are you
Yay!
ready?
I'm ready. What's this question?
So, this question is if you can change one decision in your life, what would it be and why?
Oh my gosh, that's a hard-hitting question. Let me think about it for a moment, actually.
Take your time.
Yeah. I'm definitely the type of person though who would probably change a lot of things, so it's hard to pick just one. But I I honestly think that I would go back in time and just make that Twitter a little bit earlier. Like, I'm still kicking myself in the back for that. Like real talk. Like I feel like I could have reached a lot more people if I had joined the game sooner. As far
Yeah,
as
so
Twitter.
so
Oh, yeah.
that's like you kind of regret that you haven't
I
still
do.
moved
I
on.
genuinely do.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Like
That's pretty
like
interesting.
well, it's not like it's just more of an opportunity thing, like I do regret it. Like I feel like again, I could have really just reached more people. So, yeah. I
Mm.
wish I could make a Twitter. But I will think of a good question for the next person though.
Yeah, it's your turn now,
Mhm.
actually, since you already answered.
Let's see here. I would like to ask the next person if you could have any superpower in the world, anything, what would it be and why? Gotta
Wow.
have both.
I think that's similar to what
Oh, really?
D-Rock
I can ask another one.
D-Rock answered. Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. He actually answered
oh
that
my God.
that question.
I failed the assignment. I'm sorry.
Did you
Okay.
watch the D-Rock episode?
Watched the beginning, but I did not watch it all the way through.
Ah, okay.
I might have like clicked through, but that's just total honesty there.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
But
You want
another
so
question
you
though.
wanna pick a different question?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
I would like to ask then, ooh, what is your I want to pick a good one now because I'm just like, oh, okay. In that case, what is your biggest fear and what is your biggest desire? I guess that's a
Oh,
two-parter question for the
that's a
next person.
very nice question. I like that. Well,
Good, good. There you go. I'll
yeah.
take that one.
Okay, guys. So, yeah, I guess this will be it for this
Yay!
episode. We covered a lot of things. And yeah, Electrodolly really gave us a good interview.
Thank you so much for having me. And I guess I just want to let everyone to stay loose. And you can get through every day, every week, every year. It's all gonna be okay. And I guess, just peace.
Yep.
I'm done.
Okay,
That's it.
guys.
He goes mode.
Uh, Also, I need to plug this. Uh, for everyone, I'm launching a new website called duxkey.com.
Ooh, new
And
one.
I guess by the time I release this video, it's already live. So, yeah, go check it
Check
out
it out.
later.
Go
Thank
guys,
you
check it
for
out. Check it
watching.
out.
Yep. So
Bye
that's it for
bye.
today. Bye.
Later.